Hello, my name is Jason Auyer, and I currently serve as the president for our Georgia Society of Orthotists and Prosthetists. Wanted to give everyone, as the membership, an update on kind of what the board has been doing since we last were together for our meeting in April. One of the things that we talk about every month during our board meetings is what our mandate is as a board. Obviously, we are here to support y'all as the membership, but we have bylaws that kind of set forth what we should be about, and I'll kind of summarize those four main mandates into these 4 points. The first is to promote high standards in O&P. The second is to educate our members to promote excellence in the field. The third is to provide opportunities for intraprofessional relationships among members, government entities, and the community at large. And finally, the fourth is to deal with common concern among its members to promote exceptional patient care. One of the reasons I wanted to bring up those four things is we talk about those at every meeting, and we've really been focusing more on the third and the fourth point this year, kind of the 2024 going into 2025. For those of you that were at our meeting this past April, we talked a lot about the So Everybody Can Move Georgia movement. For those of you that are not aware, So Everybody Can Move is a national movement, but the idea is to promote the ability for our patients to be eligible for secondary devices, both prosthetic patients and orthotic patients. So that could be a below-the-knee amputee who wanted to have a shower prosthesis as well as an everyday one, or a running prosthesis as well as an everyday one. It would also be that child who is in physical therapy and has cerebral palsy and needs an everyday set of bilateral AFOs, but maybe they go in the pool and they need something else to be able to use in that environment as well. So that is a legislation that is currently working on here in Georgia that we're trying to get passed and before a legislative body. And so one of the things this year we really wanted to focus on is those number 3 and 4 points. And really as a board and as a membership in general, to get more political involvement, specifically due to the So Everybody Can Move movement. What had happened last year is we started a subcommittee when Jennifer Galbraith was the president of GSOP. She started a subcommittee for the So Everybody Can Move movement, Georgia. When I took over the presidency, I continued that subcommittee, and they've been working diligently over the past year plus to kind of get where we are today with this legislation. So I wanted to give you some updates of what's happening with the legislation and kind of talk about a few more things of what we're going to do this year when we're thinking about our normal meeting time. So one of the things that we needed to do with So Everybody Can Move in Georgia is we needed to bring on a lobbyist. Anyone of y'all that knows anything about legislative efforts know that this is kind of a must-have. And we have a wonderful lobbyist that we brought on a couple of months ago. Her name is Juliana McConnell. And she's been working diligently along with that subcommittee, not only with helping with the legislation to get in front of the right people, but to help to find sponsors of the bill that would put this legislation forward, both with the in the House and as well as in the Senate, coming in our Georgia legislature. With that, with bringing on a lobbyist and also some of the other things we're having to do so everybody can move, we also had to raise more funds to help to support this. For the all know, really the funds we have as a board and as a membership come from our annual meeting. And that's really the biggest revenue generator that we have. But that really would not be enough to be able to cover the lobbyists of what we needed. The lobbyist that we brought on, we're paying her $50,000 to be our lobbyist. And there's some other expenses that go along with this legislative effort and some of the things we're trying to do. So we had a goal of raising $75,000. To date, we have either in the bank or commitment of up to $40,000, which is wonderful. So we are over our halfway mark of getting there. Many of you at different O&P facilities have probably gotten information about that, how you can get involved with supporting what we're doing as a board and what we're doing here in the state. Lastly, that I wanted to bring up is that normally, again, we have our meeting at the end of the winter, early spring of every year. This year, at the end of February, this is 2025, the Academy meeting will be here in Atlanta. We decided as a board that it didn't make sense to have our normal Georgia State meeting, the month after the Academy was already going to be here. And so what we're going to do instead is really support the Academy and encourage all of our membership to come to the Academy meeting. we're going to have a business meeting, short business meeting for about an hour on the Thursday night of the academy. And we're also going to have a reception specifically so everybody can move. And the idea with this is to give people more updates. At that point, we're hoping the legislation has been introduced in both houses, both chambers of our legislature. They would be in mid-session. So think about this almost as like a pep rally to encourage us as membership of what we can do to continue to support this, whether it be writing letters to our legislators, whether it be encouraging our patients to do the same. There's going to be some other events, that we can be a part of as a membership. But I wanted to give everyone a brief update of kind of where we're going this next year. And again, as we're getting closer along, I'll try and do more of these with more specific updates. Obviously, if y'all have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to email me back. Again, we feel very honored and fortunate to be able to represent y'all as our membership. And we're very excited because we think that we are 100% moving in the right direction with getting this legislation passed, which in the end is going to be a huge benefit to our patients. And is also going to allow us as prosthetists and orthotists to be able to provide this service to patients without having, to use maybe donated equipment that we have, or, an old foot or a pylon, or an old socket, and kind of make it work. That we can do for our patients really what we've been wanting to do and have been having to do in a different way, but we'll be able to do more effectively once this is passed. Thanks so much.